You're listening to the Telltale channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. Welcome everybody, how's it going? Thank you guys for coming tonight. We've got an interesting show, if I do say so myself, not to toot my own horn. Toot toot baby, toot toot. I wanted to talk about none other than our very own Cat Kerr. She's, if you're unfamiliar, she's a prophetess of God, claims to receive divine information from him. Basically closes her eyes and channels God through her body and lets him speak through her. It gets absolutely bizarre, some of the shit that she says. Hang on, let me fix my camera. I feel like I'm crooked. A little bit. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so she has said some kind of strange things, to say the least, recently. Let me just give you a little taste of what we're going to be talking about tonight. Check this out. This is from October 15th, I think. She went on this Televangelist TV show named Robin Bullock, and she made some pretty spectacular claims, to say the least, about visiting heaven. She says she visits heaven and she's seen some things. So listen to what she had to say when she did her little guest appearance.
And God has showed me.
Uh-oh.
And God has showed me several times what he actually means by the word wealth. Not what you think. Because the more you spend it for him, the more he's going to send it. Christ didn't actually live.
So what she just did there is something called prosperity gospel. Most people probably know about this, just in case there's somebody who is unaware of what this is. It's the idea that televangelists like to push on their audience, that if you pay them money, everything you've got, your mortgage money, your car payment, your insurance, everything, pay them all of your bill money, God will bless you by returning it to you. That's the idea behind prosperity gospel. It's a deeply depraved, crooked scam that televangelists have been running on their gullible suckers of an audience for decades, for a long, long time, probably 50 years at least. I don't know when prosperity gospel first came out. But anyway, keep listening.
He lived poor. He grew up in wealth, with wealth.
Jesus grew up with wealth. Where was this in the Bible, I hear you asking? The answer is nowhere, of course. It's not in the Bible. She's making blind claims, and she says that she knows this to be a fact because she goes to heaven and talks to God on a regular basis. And God told her last time he saw her that Jesus grew up with wealth.
He had wealth his whole life. So these people who try to say it's wrong to be rich, it's more holy to be poor, I don't think so. Do you know I saw...
Wow, that's deeply messed up, dude. It's more holy to be poor is wrong doctrine. It's more holy to be rich, I guess? What an insane thing to say.
Do you know I saw some people's mansions in heaven? They were the size of New York City. One mansion.
Sounds like an awful mansion. Who would ever want a mansion that big? It would take forever to get to the bathroom.
So he's not poor. And he's certainly not broke.
She says that with such contempt in her voice. Jesus Christ, dude. So anyway, that's Cat Kerr. Robin Bullock was where she went to give her guest appearance. It was on his show. He's the televangelist. And after she walked off stage, this is actually his daughter in the background. I think her name is Krista. She plays the drums for his weird little band. Anyway, yeah, this is Robin Bullock. After she goes off stage, he says this. Why does this keep turning green?
Now you can see it play out on the cross. When they took his raiment, he had 3 garments. Only the rich wore 3.
Okay, so here's the thing. Cat Kerr made the claim that Jesus was filthy rich, and he felt the need to back that up, right? And agree with her. But he's trying to take the biblical route with this. It's not based in anything. It's complete nonsense. But he's trying to find a biblical basis for it anyways, even though there is none. That's interesting that he tried to go that route. It's completely extra biblical what they claim here.
It got quiet. It always gets quiet because everybody thinks Jesus just rode around on a donkey eating.
That's what the Bible says. Are you kidding me? That's what the Bible says. Of course he rode it. That's specifically part of the prophecy. He rode in on a donkey. He wouldn't be Jesus if he didn't. Are you serious? Oh my God. Yes, he rode in on a donkey.
Off the ground. He had 5 houses.
Says who? Where do you find that in the Bible? Please tell me where that is in the Bible. I'll take anything, any shred of evidence you've got. Would you be surprised to find that he has absolutely none? Would you be surprised to find out that his evidence is my feelings?
Oh, I don't know if I believe that. I don't even care. He had 5 houses.
Why are people clapping for this? He's espousing an idea that is extra biblical, is outside the Bible. This is not something that is Bible based. And he says, I don't care if you don't believe me when I'm espousing extra biblical beliefs or doctrine. And then people clap. What? What kind of bizarre world do we suddenly live in? This is blowing me away.
How else do you think Joseph could get up in the middle of the night, hire a whole caravan, and go to Egypt?
Okay, it wasn't a caravan. Oh my God, so many things to debunk in this. Holy mother. There's this, okay, when Jesus was born, oh, this is so complicated. Do I really want to go down this rabbit hole? I do want to go down this rabbit hole. All right. So the claim is that Jesus was born in Bethlehem, right? But he's Jesus of Nazareth. The reason that they had to have him born in a different town that he was actually from is because, according to Old Testament prophecy, the Messiah would be coming in this way and live in this location and be born in this general area and stuff like that. And Jesus comes along and claims to be the Messiah, right? So they had to retroactively explain his life story in such a way that it would fit what the Old Testament described to be the Messiah's life story. So they had him born in a specific town. They had to find a way to get him to be from this town, but actually born in that town. So the excuse that they made up when they were writing the Gospels was Caesar ordered everybody to come back for a census. If your ancestors from 1,000 years ago lived in this area at this time, you have to come back for a census. What? How? Okay, this is before we had computer records. How would you even know if your ancestors from 1,000 years ago were from that specific area, first of all? And second, this has never happened in the history of ever. They've never ordered people to come back to an area to take a census. That's ridiculous. That was written into the Bible to make it look like Jesus' life story fit what was expected of the Messiah. Here's another example of that happening. Mary, it was claimed that Mary was a virgin. Jesus, or the Messiah's mother, was never required to be a virgin. In the Old Testament, it was a mistranslation from a word that means marriageable young woman. Did not mean virgin. They mistranslated it to mean virgin, and so they wrote Jesus' mother in to be a virgin. It was a virgin birth when it didn't have to be. These are just two examples of the Bible writers retroactively going back and rewriting Jesus' story to fit the Messiah's story more closely. So, when Robin Bullock says what he just said there,
of a night, hire a whole caravan.
Hang on.
Get up in the middle of the night, hire a whole caravan, and go to Egypt.
That didn't happen, first of all, at all. And second, even in the fabricated story about Jesus, that didn't happen. They were just traveling to another town. He didn't hire a caravan with, like, armed guards and, like, horses and all this stuff. That didn't happen. If you remember, didn't Mary give birth in a stable? Because there was nowhere to sleep for the night? This is all just completely made up. He is going back and retroactively, just like they did in the Old Testament and the New Testament, trying to rewrite parts of the Bible to fit what he believes already. Jesus was not rich. That is not in the Bible anywhere. He was very much opposed to rich people. I don't know how you missed this. It's like a central point in the Bible. But okay, let's keep listening. We've 41 seconds through this video, guys. We have 8 seconds left. Keep listening here.
Whole caravan and go to Egypt. He had the mullah to do it.
Okay, wow. That's just completely ridiculous. So anyway, God, here's the point. I wanted to watch a little bit of that live stream that they did together, Cat Kerr and Robin Bullock. I wanted to see what they had to say. If you're curious, there were 2 of them, actually. There's one on October 15th and October 16th, 2022. We already watched the October 15th one with Cat Kerr, like, not too long ago. It's coming out on my Telltale Unfiltered channel sometime soon. I don't think it hasn't released quite yet. It will in the next, like, week, probably. But I wanted to watch 10:16 and just see what, like, her next speech was all about, because wow, dude, just some of the stuff she said earlier was bizarre, just simply bizarre. And while we watch this nutter buttery unfold before our very eyes, we are going to play a little Donkey Kong Country 2. Whoop. Definitely don't want the music on that. Copyright strikes are not fun. So let's listen to Robin Bullock lead into Cat Kerr espousing all kinds of nutter buttery as usual. City Rail Dude, if you believed in Satan, do you think that this kind of stuff he would tell these televangelists? Do you think that this is the kind of stuff he would tell these televangelists? If I believed in Satan, I would think that he would be doing everything that he could to turn people away from their, like, the true correct interpretation of God. Of course, I don't believe in Satan. I don't believe in the Bible or any of that stuff. But, you know, I would say, just based on what I've seen of televangelists and stuff, they are most definitely unbiblical. They are most definitely espousing ideas that are completely outside of what the Bible says. So, yeah, televangelists, if Satan were real, they would definitely not be on God's side. We'll just put it that way. It's completely just complete nonsense, all of it. It's all complete nonsense. So, anyway. Wow, I am having a hard time getting over this B. The gay agenda, what happened to it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who's rich to enter the kingdom of God, right? What happened to that? Huh, weird. Jesus specifically addressed wealth. What are these people even talking about? Honestly, just blows me away. How did they come to these bizarre conclusions? Honestly. The next thing you know, they'll try to tell us Jesus is a white guy that looked like King Arthur. Well, I mean, I don't know that they've come out and said that exactly, but they have at the very least strongly hinted at it. So there's that. I'm sure they believe that. Whether they've said it or not, I don't know about that, but they certainly believe it. Is it weird that Conservatives will literally believe anything they see on their favorite right-wing website. If I wrote something, they'll believe it. No questions asked as long as it has the right buzzwords. Yours truly, number one pony. Yeah, that is kind of weird, right? And sad, honestly. Where are their heads, man? For real. It just blows me away. Like, I don't understand how they came to these bizarre conclusions, you know? Like, how did they get so gullible? It's just crazy. Neverical, please tell me you got the burning service from last night. I did watch some of it, yes, and I downloaded some of it too, yeah. He had like a 7-minute little clip that he released for the public, and I tried to find the full thing, the full burning, but talking about Greg Locke. Greg Locke held a burning service where he, like, what do you call it, like, burned books in the name of God or whatever other nonsense. Yeah, so I got some of that burning service. I didn't get all of it, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll see. I'm going to be covering that at length on my main channel pretty soon, so probably. Did you hear that the president of Brazil is refusing to accept his recent election loss and his supporters are blocking roads with asphalt? Warhawk 9566. Oh my God, no. I didn't hear. I knew that Lula won, and I was so happy for Brazilians. I mean, Lula is not a great guy, like, at all. He's honestly terrible. Super corrupt. But he's better than Bolsonaro by far. Like, by a mile, he's better than Bolsonaro. He's absolutely terrible, Bolsonaro is. And yeah, Bolsonaro, from my understanding, is the current president of Brazil, I think. And just, he's basically like Trump. He's just a right-wing fascist extremist kind of person, so not great. Vote blue, save our country. Yes, I'm not necessarily vote blue no matter who, but yeah, at this moment I am. I'll say that, because voting anything other than blue is, sadly, right now, a vote for fascism. I don't like that, but that's what it is, you know, unfortunately. Gotta remember how to use this guy again. Okay, cool. Man, if Jesus hated the rich, why would he want Trump to be president again, right? Yeah, that's a good point. They have to believe that Jesus loves the rich because all of their most famous and popular figures are rich. So if Jesus doesn't like the rich, they've got a huge problem. It's kind of fascinating to kind of get a glimpse into their bizarre headspace sometimes. Oh, got hit. Okay, I'm stepping back. Yeah, I'm using save states. I like save states. They're fun. So anyway, all right, let's see. Just curious, which part of the U.S. do you live in? I live in Sydney, NSW, Australia. Also, what do you think of religions like Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam? I live in New York City. New York City is pretty incredible. I love this place to death. Didn't always live in New York City. I lived in West Virginia until fairly recently. But yeah, a couple of years now I've lived in New York City. Place is great. And what do I think about Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam? I think all religion is nonsense. It's all nonsensical, ridiculous BS. But, you know, I will do everything I can to protect your right to believe what you want to believe. As long as you're not an extremist, we don't have any problems with each other. That's my big hang up. I just don't want anybody to be an extremist is all, you know. Unfortunately, we've got a huge extremism problem in the U.S. right now. Trying to understand the mind of people who watch Greg Locke on Facebook, and so some don't believe what he says on Democrats in the United States. Oh, yeah. I actually just went to Greg Locke's YouTube, or I'm sorry, not YouTube, Facebook page the other day. Last night, actually, Halloween night, because I wanted to look up the burning service stuff. You know the guy has 2.2 million subbies on there? 2.2 million subbies on the face space or the my book or whatever it is. That's insane. 2.2 million. Holy Christ on a cracker, people. He's got 100K subbies on YouTube. And that's a lot. That's more than it should be. But oh my God, dude. 2.2 million? That is absolutely nuts. Hang on, I gotta collect all these little star fellas here. Okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna get many more here. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, with all of that out of the way, why don't we take a look at this Cat Kerr video, shall we? Cat Kerr / Robin Bullock. He's about to introduce her. Check this out.
Lord, this morning for Miss Cat Kerr, would you do that?
She is such an odd person, dude. And she's always got this stupid little prayer stick thing out here. Like, I don't know why she carries this thing around. It's got writing on it, and God, she's just so odd. Honestly, she's so odd. She gonna talk, or she's just gonna stand here, I guess, and with her eyes closed? Oh, wow, that was abrupt. Okay.
Your God has come to visit you.
Okay, so I get right out of the gate. I guess what she's doing is prophesying from God. This is what she does. If you've never seen her before, this is her whole bit. She pretends to, like, that God channels her voice or whatever to communicate with his people. I don't even know.
Do you think that I have ignored what has been going on? For holy is what I am. Holy is what I bring. Holy is what I speak. The power is holy. The word is holy. The blood is holy.
Why is she yelling at? Look, should I turn it down, or is our audio pretty well synced? I think I'm going to just tap it down a hair here.
Are you holy? Are you ready?
Oh my God. She did this exact thing in the last one. She starts screaming and then she gets like really, really quiet.
The greatest days of your life. To show who and what you believe in. Who you are. My son has made you free.
My son has made you free. I guess she's talking about Jesus, right?
My heart is with you. My hand is with you. My power is in you. For you will walk and talk just like me.
You will walk and talk just like me. Like, really think about what she's saying here, because she has a bad habit of just spouting nonsense. Like, the things that she says make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like, impossible to understand, you know?
You should desire to be just like me, live like me, operate like me. You are made in our image. An image that cannot be changed. It cannot be won against. It cannot be stopped. For those will be like dust who have spoken against me, my Son, Holy Spirit, these days, my anointed, my appointed.
Well, she certainly knows how to make an entrance, right? You got to give her that, I suppose.
They will regret for all of eternity what they have chosen this day. For their words will be dust. Their power will be dust. Their money will be dust. Their property will be dust. Their position will be dust. And their memory of greatness they so desire shall be like dust under your feet.
Okay, she said this exact thing in the previous one. I don't know what she's trying to get at here or why she's saying this, but all right.
We have already won. But we're going to show them without question, we have won. This country is free. You are free. This world is free. They didn't make it. They didn't plan it. And they don't get to run it.
You know what? I think I played this in a recent video. Wow, she is odd. They didn't plan it and they don't get to win. I guess she's saying that, like, Democrats don't get to win elections because they're not of God or something. Like, I don't really even fully understand.
This day I send my fire that comes from my throne to sweep across this world, to expose every hidden person, every hidden lie, every hidden plan, every hidden corruption, the money they have stolen. They will not be successful. Theirs will not be what remains on this earth, for they will not even be remembered.
God, she really hates her enemies, doesn't she? Like, she has like a pure disdain for people who are not like her, or who don't believe like her or whatever, doesn't she? Like, deeply disturbing stuff, man. Deeply disturbing.
But the blood of my Son will scream out all over this world. Those who have shed it for me, my Son, Holy Spirit, the living God, the Godhead, the throne of God, the world of God. We all cry out, for justice is coming in great measure. They can't hide from it. They can't stop it. They won't be able to stand it. And many will take themselves to hell rather than face the judgment.
Take themselves to hell rather than face the judgment. You understand what she's saying here, right? She's saying that people would rather, basically they would rather die than disagree with Cat Kerr, basically. That is deeply disturbing stuff, dude, honestly. Deeply disturbing stuff.
That is their choice. I will not stop it.
She's like reveling in the death of her enemies. You know, this is one of the ways in which I simply differ from, like, televangelists or from evangelicals in general. This is a strategic difference between me and extremists. We'll put it that way. I simply don't believe it's okay to revel in anybody's pain or death or anything like that. I just don't accept that. I don't want to live in a society like that. I just don't. So when I hear her say that something like this, like she would rather, or she can't wait for people to, you know, do what they do or send themselves to hell or whatever like that. This is not just a, like, oh, I just don't believe the same way as her type of thing. This is I refuse. This is like an extremism problem. I wouldn't accept something like this if it came from the left either. I just don't accept this kind of thing. This is wrong. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're on the left, the right, the center, the whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's wrong, period. It is simply wrong. But these people don't seem to get that. That is a part of being a fundamentalist, an extremist. An ends justify the means mentality. That is part of the deal when you are an extremist. That's what makes somebody an extremist, is having an ends justify the means mentality. And a mentality that says anything, whatever it takes to accomplish your goal is justified. Literally anything. Whatever it takes is okay. I had that mindset when I was a Jehovah's Witness. They have this thing called theocratic warfare, where they are justified in doing absolutely anything if it's in service to the congregation. So you'll lie, cheat, manipulate, steal, whatever it takes to further the goals of the Watchtower Society. And, of course, extremists always love to conflate their organization with God. The Watchtower Society with God. Cat Kerr with God. If you step against Cat Kerr, you're stepping against God. So an ends justify the means mentality is kind of a... let me rephrase. Fundamentalism is a problem, or extremism is a problem, not just when you find an ends justify the means mentality, but when people start conflating themselves with God. Then it becomes whatever will further their goals for themselves is justified. It's deeply disturbing. I mean, just imagine like where Kanye West's head is right, or Ye. Imagine where Ye West's head is right now, where he actually literally does believe that he is actually God. I'm not being hyperbolic. He said that he believes that he is Jesus, come to earth to spread the message about how bad the Jews are and whatever else. And you know he's an extremist. You know he has an ends justify the means mentality. He's willing to do anything to accomplish his goals. So anything that he wants, anything that he wants to do to further his life is justified because he views himself as God. Just like Cat Kerr, she views herself as God or as God's avatar. So anything that would accomplish goals that they want accomplished is justified. That's insane and unhealthy and disturbing in so many ways. Oh, dude, this is such a good set of levels on this game. I love these levels. Cat Kerr, she cray-cray. Everybody hit the like button. Absolutely smash that like button. You know, why is everyone always talking about smashing those like buttons? You don't have to smash it. Delicately poking or caressing the like button will do just fine. Whatever scratches your fancy.
Some have gone beyond the stage of mercy, crossed over the line of mercy, so they shall have no mercy. For the bowls are full of prayers, of worship, asking for justice, liberty, freedom, hope this day. I release from myself to flood every home in this world. The presence will flood them. Hell is trembling even now.
Wait, did she say flood every home with, what was it? Flood every home with, like, what, freedom and knowledge or whatever? I assume what she's saying is God's going to come in and alert everybody to his presence. Hey, that's all I've been asking for, honestly. That's what I've been looking for this whole time. God comes along and proves to me that he's real. We're in good shape, baby. That's what I need. And suddenly I'm a believer. Can't promise I'll be a worshiper. Dude's kind of a monster, has been for a long time, but I will at least be a believer, at the very least. It never works out that way. You ever notice that? Never works out that way. God never actually floods me with his knowledge like they claim he's going to. It's never irrefutable. They always say there's going to be irrefutable proof. Weirdly, it's not irrefutable, like ever. Odd, right? For an all-powerful God who is capable of just speaking in my ear, like right now, if he wanted, to prove that he was real. And he somehow can just never manage to do that. Strange, huh? Hang on. Okay.
The gates of hell will not prevail. The plans of hell, the words of hell, the lies of hell, the deception of hell, the corruption of hell, the defilement of hell has been wasted.
You notice how she's speaking so ominously, like God is communicating with her directly. It's just ridiculous, dude. Come on.
For nothing is stronger than the blood. Nothing is stronger than the word. Nothing is stronger than a believer who knows who they are and is not afraid to say it.
Trying to radicalize her viewers. Yeah, this is pretty common with evangelicals too. Doing everything they can to radicalize them, make them feel like they're persecuted implicitly. This is like a fundamental piece of who they are now, being persecuted. They think that they are the worst treated people on planet Earth, even though they are the majority power, and they hold all of the power in the United States right now. They're the persecuted ones, right? It was subtle, but it was there. What she said was, you need to not be afraid to admit to being a believer. Why would you be afraid of something like that unless you are persecuted? It's subtle, implicit assumptions that they bake into everything that they say every single time. It's honestly ridiculous. Holy frick, I just wanted the K. Come on, give me the K. There we go. This is a cool level. I really like this level a lot.
For what you are about to see is the body, the remnant stand up and speak into the atmosphere. For reference, what she said there just now about the remnant. The remnant is a reference to some Bible verse. I forget which Bible verse, but it basically talks about in the end times is going to be like a remnant church. The church will be fractured and destroyed and out of power and practically non-existent anymore. But there will be a small group of believers who still live and preach together and whatever else. Obviously not representative of the current situation, like in any way, because these people like hold all the power in society right now. But, you know, they have to act like they're persecuted, so they're just going to pretend they're persecuted while talking about being a remnant. It's honestly ridiculous. How do I get rid of... Oh, I got to have the barrel, don't I? Oh, that sucks. I got rid of the barrel. Okay, let's keep going then. My plans, my will, my way. For I say, victory is already here.
That's fair enough. I suppose I could agree with that. Victory is already here for them. They hold a lot of power in the United States, a disturbing amount of power in the U.S. And it's honestly pretty difficult to see it any other way, but that they hold a lot of power and they have been victorious so far. I mean, we have to keep pushing back and try to stop this and prevent them from gaining any more power, but they're most definitely at least partially victorious at the moment.
Satan has lost and lost and lost and failed and failed and failed. This would be the biggest failure he's ever had. The wicked will know it. The just will know it. This is a season of knowing and understanding, receiving revelation, and living it. For you were called to live heaven culture on this earth, to operate in spirit force as the army of the living God.
Spirit force. It's her private military. Seriously. You think I'm joking if you've never heard of this woman before, but she actually believes in the spirit force, and she believes that she's a commander of the spirit force. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Hang on. Let me find it. Hang on. I'm just going to scroll through some clips of her to find the right one. 1 second here.
So are you ready? Are you weather warriors? You know what we do? There's also
Katrina, 6-year-old
Here.
son.
This one works. Wow, only a few videos down. She's wearing a camo outfit that says Commander Cat on it with a Space Force symbol, but I guess it's actually Spirit Force, SF. She believes that she's capable of commanding angels to go around and do things for her or whatever. You remember a while back, Donald Trump's spiritual advisor, Paula White, said, strike and strike and strike and strike and strike, and said it like over and over and over again. You remember that? That is the kind of thing that these people do. They claim to order angels around in the spirit force all the time. It's just weird, man. Absolutely bizarre.
No fear, no lack. Powerful weapons that man does not understand. Even Satan does not understand them. The one thing he can't copycat is joy, is celebration, creation of what brings life. He is not in charge. And he's picked weak, sick, defiled people to follow him. That foundation has already crumbled in the spirit.
You know what I find interesting? The fact that they're talking about how they win constantly, but also that they are constantly losing. Are they winning or losing? Are their enemies weak or powerful? Which is it? It can only be one, right? Either the Democrats, which, by the way, is who they believe to be their enemies. I mean, I don't really view anybody as my enemy. I'd prefer not to view anybody that way. They certainly view me that way, though. Is your enemy weak or powerful? These are contradictory beliefs that these people hold. And this is one of the signs of fascism, or one of the tenets of fascism. Your enemy has to simultaneously both be weak and strong at the same time.
They will have nothing to stand on, no place to run to, no place they can hide from my justice.
Oh, yeah. You know what else Cat Kerr said the other day? I know this is a little bit off track, but the day before this one, because you remember she did like two, two appearances here or whatever, right? At one of the appearances, she said something like, oh God, what was it? She said, hang on, let me step back because I don't remember. Got to get my train of thought again.
They will have nothing to stand on, no place to run to, no place they can hide from my justice.
Oh, God, I don't remember what I was going to say now. I'm so sad. I really wanted to tell you guys because this is hilarious. What a shame. Okay, well, never mind. If I remember, I'll tell you guys.
Even the fake news will have to tell the truth. For they will say these very words. We don't want to say this. We tried to prove it wasn't true, that it was a lie. But Trump won the 2020 election. He is the president of the United States of America.
That's what I get for scratching my nose. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. He is not the president. He will never, well, He will never, there will never be a point where, God, I don't even know how to say this. Donald Trump wasn't the president from 2020 to 2024, and it's just never going to be the case that he was the president from 2020 to 2024. I know that she claimed that he was going to, or that he was secretly the president, or whatever other nonsense. It just didn't happen. I'm sorry, Kat. Look, if she doesn't like that, maybe she should consider not falsely prophesying things in the future. Heckers.
And I will give him his 4 more years. There will not need to be an election to cause that to happen.
Wow, that's oddly specific. You catch what she just said? She said Trump will be president again, and he will get 4 more years, and there will not need to be an election for that to happen. That's just bizarre, dude. That is simply, straight up bizarre.
For I have already spoken from the courtroom of heaven, even into the unknown space, into the spirit realm, the physical realm. Those words have already been spoken. You can write it down, that it will be proven that Trump, who was my chosen person, is my chosen person to sit in the seat of the White House, who will wipe up this mess like a mop bucket so there's no trace of it.
Dude, she's got serious problems.
I'm about to speak to those who are around him who will have no voice to him. If they do not say what I say, they will no longer be there.
God, what a tongue twister. If they don't say what I say, they will no longer be there. I guess she's saying that, like, if the people who she, or I guess, okay, so assuming that this information is coming from God, she's saying God is going to put people around Donald Trump, and if the people that are around him right now don't say what God wants them to, then God will remove them. Jesus, dude, this is bizarre stuff.
And those in the Republican Party who are lying, they will lose their place. And I will put in that place powerful men and women of my picking. And justice will be given in the courtrooms on earth like it is in heaven. For hope has been sent. And I speak these words from a person of hope I chose.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember. I did talk about this not too long ago. Yeah. This is actually hilarious, this part. So, Cat Kerr is explaining to everybody that, let me rephrase. God is actually explaining to people through Cat Kerr that he chose Cat Kerr to speak for him, right? And now she's going to get, like, defensive. Listen to this. So he says, God, through Cat Kerr, says, I chose this person to speak for me, right?
If you don't like her pink hair, get over it.
She is entirely too sensitive over this pink hair. Is it just me? Seriously? This is the thing that you decide to communicate? Like, you have a line to God, and God decides to tell people to like your pink hair? Come on.
For she has obeyed. She has been willing at all times.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. The other day, she said, when she's on here, she claimed that she doesn't sin, ever. She is a sinless human being, which is an incredibly tall claim, right? Isn't Jesus the only one that is completely sinless? I thought he was. I didn't think anybody else could possibly be sinless, right? That is And honestly, like, that blows me away, that claim does. Honestly fascinating to know that she believes that she doesn't sin. But, okay.
No matter what it was I asked of her, she has done it. She has said it. She has planned it. She has bought it. She's written down my words for what she will do for the next 150 years.
That's another thing. She believes that she's going to live forever, practically. Well, she says she thinks she's going to live for 150 years, and within that time frame, the end is going to come. That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
There are those I have appointed to remain and live until I personally come to take them.
There you go. She thinks she's going to live until God comes back to get her.
No one can harm them. No one can stop their words, for they live holy on purpose.
And what happens when she dies? I mean, like I said earlier, I don't want anybody to die. Anybody, no matter who it is. But what happens when she kicks it? How is her family going to react? Because her family believes her to be, like, you know, a prophet. They believe that she has a line to the Almighty. How are they going to react when she dies? After claiming that she will never die. She won't die because God is going to keep her here until the end comes. It's just bizarre to me that people actually buy what she's selling. Seriously. Simply strange.
Holy is powerful.
Oh, now she's getting emotional and quiet and solemn.
It is redeeming. It is a joy, a celebration to live that way. That you have nothing hidden. You have not spoken words that need to be struck down. But they're written down in heaven.
See what she's saying there? She's subtly hinting at the fact that she believes she doesn't ever sin. She didn't come out and say it there. She has said it in other contexts and situations, but she says it's a burden to live in a way that you don't have to, like, strike any words down that you've ever said. So basically, she doesn't regret a word that she has ever said because she believes that she does not sin.
I thank you this day for coming, for the hunger you have, the desire you have to live justly, to live perfectly, to love extravagantly. Love is the greatest weapon I ever made. Hell cannot defeat it. It will never be wiped out.
Oh, hang on. Let me just take a look at Super Chats. I think I may have not looked too closely at these. Just FYI, Australia is a federation like the USA. NSW is the state of New South Wales, of which Sydney is the capital and largest city. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I know of Sydney. I just didn't know which state it was in. That's cool. She's speaking as the voice of God, which, of course, is blasphemy. Oh, absolutely, which is a sin. So, of course, she has sinned. I mean, we didn't need to pick them out individually. We've known that she sins, you know. It's just ridiculous to think otherwise. But anyways, yeah, just completely ridiculous. Wait, I have no idea how to... Am I doing something weird here? I think Can I speed up in this? I think I can. Wow. Really interesting. Okay. Oop. I love save states. They're the best. Save states are awesome. Okay, give me a second because I really want to get through this safely. Let me check the messages. Do you think the FBI or Homeland Security keeps tabs on these people as much as you do? I don't think so. They may have somebody who watches some of this stuff. I think the FBI is probably more concerned with what's happening in the Donald subreddit. That would be my guess. The Donald subreddit is absolutely unhinged and deeply dangerous and concerning and disturbing. And there are open threats of violence there regularly. Not just threats, but they talk about like attacking people constantly. I would be surprised if the guy who attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband recently wasn't on the Donald subreddit. Well, it's not the Donald subreddit anymore. They moved to their own website, which is the Donald.win. But yeah, or no, it's not the Donald.win anymore. It's patriots.win now. And you can't even pass that link around on Facebook. Facebook has completely banned like linking to patriots.win, fascinatingly. But anyways, yeah, I'm sure they're probably watching more extreme conclaves or enclaves, I think is the word I was looking for, enclaves. They're most definitely keeping tabs on that stuff. Yeah. Most of the stuff that I watch is just pretty entertaining. Less extreme or crazy. I mean, it's less extreme and more hilarious. Most definitely extreme, though. But anyway. Oh, what's up? What's Kat up to now? That pink-haired nutter butter. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, she's being her nutter buttery self as usual. I have no idea where I'm going now. Oh, is this the next? Oh, God, this is kind of a confusing map, honestly. Okay, I think this is it. If God exists, what would make you assume that he wants you to know he exists? Why can't God want to remain hidden for whatever reason? If God whispered in your ear, would you think it's mental illness? God, if he were real, understands my brain fully and completely and knows exactly what it would take for me to convince me that he's real. Knows exactly what he would have to say to me to convince me that he's real, and that it's not mental illness. So, yeah. I feel like, you know, not being sure if God would be able to, like, convince me or whatever is just assuming that God is not as powerful as he supposedly is. He's supposed to be the most powerful being on planet Earth, right? Or in the universe, I guess, not even on planet Earth. So if he's so powerful, he should be able to convince me, I figure. And what if he doesn't want me to know that he exists? Yeah, maybe. That's possible. My criticism is built on the assumption that Cat Kerr keeps handing to me. Like, Cat Kerr has a number of kind of ridiculous beliefs about how all of this works. And I'm basing all of my ideas off of her viewpoints on this. So, yeah. This is a really, really hard game. I did not know how hard this game is. This is insane. This is, like, really hard. Whoop! Oh, no. I'll get him in a second. As a side note about Robin Bullock, his wife's name is also Robin. I noticed that the other day. That's funny, right? Robin and Robin Bullock. I used to say I was in the church of make it up as you go, but not after hearing all these nutter butters, right? It's hilarious, honestly. It's just crazy, some of the stuff they say. Absolutely nuts. Oh, shoot, I wasn't watching. Come on, throw me up into the B. I want to be in the B. Give me the B. I want the B. I need the B. All right, I'm stepping back and waiting here. All right, I'm going to wait right here. Real careful like. Ugh. All right, let's just see if he... Nope. He died again. I don't want him to die. I want him to throw me up into the B barrel. Throw me into the B barrel. B barrel! God. All right, forget it. I'm not even going to try. I got the checkpoint, though. That's cool. This is really fucking hard. Seriously. Oh my God, is this a hard level? Or not a hard level, but just a hard game in general. Christ on a cracker. Are you serious? Why throw me into the B? You couldn't have thrown me into the bananas? I just wanted bananas. Come on. Dude is a jerk. All right. Oh my God, these vultures. Seriously, this is a hard game. Like a really hard game. Oh my God. I'm not even playing with them anymore. I'm just going. Just going, just going, just going. Oh my God, dude. And I think you have to carry the cannonball. Okay, let's listen to Cat Kerr for another couple of minutes.
But this day is different. This day I send my life to each and every one of you. When hands are laid on you this day, you receive my life on the inside of you.
That's what she said.
The life of your Father to flow through you to others who need help. You will live in a cloud of this life. And one day you walk into your home and see that cloud. It will go with you wherever you go. No sickness, no lack, no confusion, no pain, no deception, no attacks of the enemy will be able to come after you. But you will crush darkness and push it back. And people will know you belong to me. You came from me. I was your home. We'll be together forever. You will not need time, but you will live forever.
Why does she love whispering so much?
Says your Father.
Now she's got the stick. She's wiping her tears away like, oh my God, wow, this is so hard. It's so hard to channel God's voice.
Father, I release into this ground your life in this building, your life into all those who come here, your life into the ones who work here, who serve here, who protect this place. For this day I am posting 1 million of the hosts of heaven to remain.
1 million of the wow, okay, wait a minute. Is she calling angels down right now? 1 million of the hosts of heaven? She's calling angels down.
On these grounds and anything you expand to. For you are my chosen, Robin Bullock, to raise up warriors in Warrior, Alabama. I will send you many young prophets who you will fill with my revelation and my power and my words. You will show them how to live, how to war, and their lives will never be the same. I will not let the wicked take those I have chosen to send you. I will even recover some of those whose lives have been corrupted by evil.
Oh, look, it's Robin Bullock with his little stick and his daughter, and they're both standing there, hands raised, receiving receiving prophecy? What is this called? I don't know what this is called, what they're doing right now.
And I will still make sure they come to you. So get ready to build a place you can train them in.
Wow. Okay, holy shit. Did you guys catch what she just said? She just ordered him to create facilities to house an army. That's what she just said. She just claimed that God told her to instruct Robin Bullock to build facilities capable of housing an army of 1 million troops. That is deeply, deeply concerning.
It'll be a powerful place where one day the very light of my countenance will shine from that place and on the faces of all those you trained there. For I have trusted you, and you have answered everything I have asked of you. You have given everything you had.
Talk about theatrics. Now he's on the ground and everything. Come on.
And your family who stands with you will enjoy all the rewards you will get. Not just in heaven, but on this earth. For
This is honestly ridiculous. Come on.
you will have wealth without measure, health eternal, wisdom to live with, to train with. I will show you things that no one else knows. I will take you place that no one else goes. And I will tell you that you will know before any attack comes how to deal with it, crush it, and stop it. I thank you for hungering after my son to
That's what she said.
desire to be
You know, I haven't had that many opportunities to say that's what she said in this episode. I've been looking, but I know they've been stretches. I apologize for my lackluster that's what she said's lately. I'm doing my best, honestly. She's just not giving me much to work with. So, anyway.
just like him is a great thing. He admires you. He thanks you. He loves you for your heart, for your honesty, for your desire to bless him and to please him. Those are great things to accomplish in this earth. But this has become your life, and your wife's life, and your children's life. For they will follow after you. But you will remain a long time on this earth. Make no plans to die.
Wow, Robin Bullock is never going to die. Either, apparently. Fascinating. Seriously, why did she do things like this? This is not going to end well. This is most definitely going to end in one of them dying one of these days. And then she's going to have to explain herself, right? Is it just me? Is that how it's going to play out? I can't see it playing out any other way.
For this day, I signed you.
I what you?
I make a sign to you.
She said I signed you, okay? Is she talking to God right now or not? Because she's not being very convincing. It feels like if God were channeling her himself, or if she were channeling God through her body or whatever, she wouldn't make weird little mistakes like that. God is very precise, isn't he?
The mark of the host of heaven, to command 10 million of them.
10 million angels. Okay, I gotta write this down, guys. Holy mother, it's getting odd up in this piece. All right, let's see. Cat Kerr commands 10 million angels to, what, take out her enemies? I don't know. Question mark? 02-1950. Oh, this is getting weird. Holy mother of God. By the by, if you want to see more of this, I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. I'll be covering more of this tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, in fact, 11 a.m. Eastern time on my Unfiltered channel. A link to my Unfiltered channel is in the description. Just go there, 11 a.m. I'll be live streaming if you want to see it. And if you miss the live stream tomorrow, I'll be uploading it to my channel, my Unfiltered channel later also. So keep a lookout for it. It's pretty entertaining if I do say so myself. Anyway, yeah, let's keep listening just for another minute or two.
I send this army beyond what you already have. Some will war in the flesh like they did for Israel. They will not allow anyone or anything to take your life. Where you go, evil will flee. Hell will tremble. I will feed you from my own hand.
That's not a that's what she said, right? I'm looking. I'm trying, guys. I know I'm letting you down.
Expect the manna to start to show up. In the most unexpected places, at the most unexpected times. When you see it, eat it.
That's what she said.
I will give you the pleasure of eating other things on this earth.
That's what she said. Oh my God. I'm getting like back to back. That's what she said now. Awesome.
But that will be the most important thing you eat. It will come from my hand. So this day, I tell you, you are a true warrior. And all warriors will be drawn to you. They will respect you. Some will fear you because I have placed that upon you. You will also dispense the terror of the living God. In places that need it, people who need to feel it, the wicked will tremble until they almost cannot breathe. They will fall on their face and repent to me.
Dude, this game is hard. Oh my God. Who the hell was beating this game when they were little? Not me. I didn't play this one until I was older. I played Donkey Kong Country 1 when I was a kid. But not this one. And holy mother of God, this is a difficult game. Seriously. God, I would have died like 16 times already if I didn't have save states. This is really, really hard.
So this day, in front of witnesses, I let them know what I think about you. I am delighted by you. I am well pleased by you. For not only have you run after the things of God, you have loved your family well. One of the highest honors someone can come when they stand before my throne, they've come home to heaven, is for me to turn to them and say, you have loved your family well. Don't forget that.
You know, this whole thing is made up. She believes that she communicates with God directly. It's all ridiculous, honestly. But she also, what she said there reminded me of something my grandmother used to say, or my adopted grandmother, really, not my actual grandmother. She used to say, the most holy thing is holy, maybe not I don't remember. The most honorable thing that you can be doing when Jesus comes back is rocking a baby. I don't know. It just made me think of that. But anyways, I'll tell you what, guys. I've always felt like older games are harder. Oh, they absolutely are. NES games are absurdly hard, dude. Holy Christ. NES games are on a new level. And that's partly because the controls suck. But yeah, they just, I don't know. They just didn't have they weren't very good at like balancing difficulty for kids, I guess, or something. Modern games are definitely easier. Or I mean modern Nintendo games at the very least are definitely a lot easier now. Like the new Zelda games are all significantly easier than the old ones. Except Breath of the Wild. That one's more made for like kids, but yeah. I'm sorry, the Breath of the Wild's made for more like teen to adults. And that one's a really good Zelda game. But anyway, yeah, NES's are really, really hard. And so are SNES games. They're hard too. I used to say, oh, okay, I caught that one. Okay, guys, I'll tell you what. That's where I'm going to end it. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. It's been fun. If you want to see the rest of this, come to my Unfiltered channel tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., to give it a watch. If you miss it for one reason or another, I'll be uploading the edited version to my Unfiltered channel in the next week or so keep a lookout for it, okay? Hit that like button, please. That's what she said. Like I said before, thank you so much, Joey Jojo. You have the option of smashing that like button hard, or alternatively, if you choose, you can also gently poke the like button. It's up to you. It's your call. You can gently poke or smash it. That's what she said. All right, I'm getting out of here, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow morning. If not, I'll see you next week, okay? And have a good night, guys. If you like what I do and you want to make sure I can continue to do it, you can support me in a few ways. First, you can support me on Patreon. That's probably the best way. But if you want to get something back for your support, you can check out my Teespring. I sell all kinds of shirts and stickers and stuff on there. Second, you can support me by checking out my Etsy store. I sell 3D printed stands for every system, from the original Nintendo to the Xbox One. And finally, if you want to support me in other ways, you can check me out on my other channels. I have the podcast channel, which is where I talk about whatever's on my mind. Politics, social issues, whatever. You can also find it everywhere podcasts can be found. Or you can check out the videos on my main channel, where I focus on destructive cults. As it is with most channels these days, I rely on the support of viewers like you to keep my channel alive, so sharing my work is extremely helpful. Anyways, check me out in all those places if you haven't already. Thanks for listening, guys.